Is the market about to crash? I know you've seen the headlines. Prices falling, rates rising, bubbles about to pop, right? Not so fast. Here in Northern Virginia and Maryland, the story is a little bit different. And I'm going to break it down for you. No fear, no hype, just facts. Let's get into it. Welcome back to DMV Deal Talk. If we haven't met yet, I'm Shane, your local go-to mortgage advisor right here in Northern Virginia, Maryland, and DC. And I work with home buyers every day. And trust me, staying ahead of this market matters. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or just watching from the sidelines, today's episode will really give you some clarity. No nonsense, just the real story about what's going on. All right, so let's talk about what's happening right now. In Northern Virginia, prices are actually up this year. The median sold price over 732. That's 732,750 as of February. That's up over 6% over last year. And Maryland is also rising. The median home price there has gone a little bit too, with nearly 5% growth year over year. So, no, this isn't actually falling apart statistics, but there's more inventory now. In Northern Virginia, the active listings jumped over 63% year over year. That's huge. More choices for buyers. Sellers have to price a little sharper now. But overall, demand seems to be still steady. There's no massive crash happening here. Now, could things change? Of course. If mortgage rates suddenly spike again, or we can see some big layoffs here locally, or inventory can surge even more, that could really cool things off. But right now, rates are actually trending down a little bit. VA loans are under 615 and conventional loans are in the mid to upper sixes. Still not cheap, but definitely better than they were about 6 months ago. So, people still need homes and life keeps moving. It's a transient area. There's new jobs forming. Families are growing. Families are downsizing. So, there's still a lot of pressure here. So, if you're buying, then what should you do? It's simple. Just be smart about it. Just focus on the right home. Don't try to get the perfect deal. You can negotiate, yes, but don't expect these fire sale prices, okay? Think seller concessions and think rate buy downs. Okay, you can get creative with these kind of things. So, you got to work with a pro, somebody that can show you a total cost analysis. Make sure they show you one of these because you're going to be lost without it. And this is going to help you compare buying now versus waiting in real dollars. You can see the short-term snapshot versus the long-term, okay? Sometimes waiting costs more than people think, but you got to see it. You got to have it laid out in front of you. So at the end of the day, look, don't let fear headlines make your decision for you. Look at the local data and understand your options and make the move that's right for you. And if you want help breaking it down for your specific situation or just want to chat about your plans, just shoot me a message. Hit me up. You could hit me up on my Instagram, Loans by Shane, or hit the link below, and we could schedule a call together. But if you found any of this helpful, we're just getting this thing up and running. We want to keep it local. We want to keep it real. Just subscribe to DMV Deal Talk right here, okay? We're going to do this every week. We're going to keep it real talk. We're going to keep it local and keep the fluff to zero as much as possible. So, I'll see you guys on the next one.